Do you know how to dramatically increase your health or your livelihood as it relates to your health? It's really simple. Really, really is. It takes you, not someone outside of you. It takes you. How to dramatically make your health better within your own ability, not the things that you can't control outside of you, like the industry, pollution in the air that comes from factories and industrialization, uh, ships, planes, cars, machines, and so forth. Things in the environment that have been put in the environment by man. We don't have any control over that by being individuals. But what we do have control over is what we do. What you ingest or eat and drink, you control that. And what you do or don't do with your body physically, you control that. And also, and finally, how you think, you control that as well. Start thinking positively. If you don't know how to think positively, hit me up. Ask me some questions in the comment section, if you will. Anytime, I'll answer your questions. I'll address it. I'll speak to you personally if you want me to. But think positively. Stop walking around as if we are in this situation of doom and gloom with your head down and you have no hope. You have hope. The Bible, the scripture says, where there is life, there is hope. So as long as you're living, you stand the possibility and or the chances of changing your life. But that depends on you. And we can't just simply say that I'm going to and I've decided to do this thing that benefits me. Decision means that you've acted upon that same thought. So we'll just pause a moment on that way of thinking positive. But let me throw the footnote in on that subject right now real quick too, on thinking positive. Start watching people who are positive. Motivational speakers. Watch videos and tapes, if you will. On the internet, there's plenty of people out there. If you need some suggestions, just ask me and I'll tell you. But anyway, the next thing let's touch on is our diet. Not a diet that you're going on, like the Mediterranean diet or the Atkins diet. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what you eat normally. That's your routine, your regimen, your diet. What does it consist of? Is it the typical American diet, which is a junk food diet for the most part? Your diet should consist of nutritionally dense foods. Foods that contain the necessary elements to sustain your life. Amino acids, your vitamins and minerals, and so forth. Make sure that you take in plenty of water, and I'm not talking about pop. I'm not talking about liquor. I'm not talking about all of these fancy potions that people put together in the food industry. That's counterfeit foods. Those things that taste good to the palate, but they're not good for us. You have to do those things sparingly. They should not monopolize or dominate your diet. You should stay as close to nature as possible because we are nature. And we should be putting nature in us and on us. That's a footnote. You just think about that. Okay, nature in you and on you. So stay away from the processed foods. That's the foods that were made in the laboratories. They have all of the colors, the dyes, and the additives and the preservatives that are not good for the human existence. That's one. And your water. Make sure that you are drinking fresh, not just simply because it's clear to the eyes, but fresh water. Water that is devoid of all of the chemicals that come out of our municipal supply, which contains chlorine, arsenic, and many medications that people have flushed down the drains and so forth, and a lot of things that come from factories that's in our water supply, because you know it's just simply recycled, right? But there's a lot of things, to include bacteria that's harmful to us, and parasites and so forth that's harmful to us, There's thousands, literally thousands of chemicals in our drinking water. And if it doesn't harm you right now, it doesn't mean that it won't down the road. Let me throw that in there. So now, make sure that you invest in a filter for your sink in your kitchen, a sink in your bathroom, and even your shower head, because you're being chlorinated, whether you believe it or not. And when the water is hot coming out of your faucet, guess what? It opens your pores up and you absorb those chemicals in your body. That's another footnote. Okay, so now I just simply wanted to touch on this. So the way you think, the way you eat, whole foods, not processed foods as much as you can, particularly restaurant foods. So again, the way you think, eating nutritionally dense foods and processed foods, get them out your diet. These things cause cancer, okay? They do. And other maladies, if you will. And exercise. That was the final thing. You got to get up and get moving. I'm sorry. Whoever told you, you adults that's listening to me right now, whoever told you that once you leave your childhood age and your teens and your 20s that you're supposed to stop moving? Somehow or another, some of us believe that when we reach about 35 or what have you, somewhere around there, we're supposed to not be active anymore. Start jogging. If you don't want to get out the house and jog or go swimming, brisk walks in the morning or throughout the day, even a treadmill if you have one, an exercise bike, they still make them, ellipticals and so forth. You don't have to get a membership and go to Planet Fitness and all these other places. Learn to encourage yourself. Get a partner in the beginning if you have to, someone that you can be motivated by, and maybe you even motivate them if they are out of shape. Okay? And understand this, comprehend this. This thing that's sitting in your chest over to the left a little bit is called your heart, right? It's a muscle. It has to be exercised as well. So you need to be doing some sort of cardio. You follow? It's not going to kill you. Now, I'm not talking about pre-existing conditions. I'm not talking about going against your doctor's advice. If anything, your doctor should be encouraging you to exercise, to stay healthy. So, real quick again, if you want to increase your health dramatically, the way you think, the way you eat, and the way you treat your body physically, exercise-wise, are going to be the determining factors. So this is Brother Teacher. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and you can even donate to my channel to support it if you like. But I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what your progress is and what your thoughts are on this subject, dramatically increasing your health.